let's do a little yoga. And we're gonna just start by finding our seat. We'll plant both feet down. You can always keep your feet about hips width distance apart. You can even go wider if that feels better. And then we're just looking for basically that 90-degree bend in the knees. So our ankles kind of stack right underneath the knees. And then take a moment to maybe close your eyes and just begin to feel your body here. This shape that you're in, feel the space that your body occupies, the air surrounding your torso. Feel all the way from your sitting bones where they rest on the chair, all the way up your spine, up through your neck, through the crown of your head. And see if you can create a little bit more length there. A little more space in between each of the vertebrae. Allow your shoulders to just soften down away from your ears. No tension. Tops of the shoulders or sides of your neck. And now just begin to shift your awareness to your breath. If you haven't already, you're going to shift awareness consciously, conscious awareness to the breath. Observing the inhale and the exhale. More cycles of breath here. And then we're going to start to add our movement, very gentle. We're going to just start by dropping the chin down towards the chest, just letting the head hang. And then just slowly begin to rock your head a little side to side. Observing the whole range of the movement. And just know this can always be any amount of movement. It could be just the gentlest rocking side to side. Eventually we might rock the ears all the way over towards the shoulders. And if you wanted to go further and you even wanted to take the head all the way around, you could make full neck circles if that feels good. It's all about intuiting into your body what feels good in the moment, what is going to be best for you in the moment. Sometimes it's a little bit of challenge, and sometimes you just want all the softness, whatever it is in the moment. We'll go side to side, maybe one more time or one more circle. And then just slowly come back through center. We'll lift the chin back up, parallel with the mat. Let that settle for a moment. And then with your next inhale, begin to circle your shoulders forwards and up. And then we're going to exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. We're going to take these circles, reaching shoulders back, feeling the shoulder blades slide in towards one another. Feeling the whole span of that movement. And again, it can be any amount of movement, the smallest to the biggest. And all are equal in the practice of yoga. You're working with your body, your edge in the moment. Go one more circle this way. And then let's just take a few forward circles, just rounding the shoulders, drawing the shoulders forwards and up, and then down and back. We don't need very many this direction. A few to counteract. Maybe one more.
And then just allowing shoulders to settle, finding somewhere in between those two actions, just letting your shoulders settle, neutral. And then from here, we're going to tee both arms out to the sides, palms down. We'll see if we can reach the arms up to shoulder height. We're going to extend out through the fingertips and see if you can keep everything else the same. So that's all we did. Just extend the arms out. And then from here, we're going to flip both palms up towards the ceiling. Feel that rotation. And then we'll flip both palms down. We're going to go up and down. We'll go one more time. Rotating down, and then we're going to rotate back up. We'll pause, and then we'll slowly begin to reach both arms up overhead. We'll reach up overhead any amount. We could be making a nice big Y shape. We might reach the arms up alongside the ears, and we're just going to lengthen up both sides. And then from here, let's interlace the fingers and flip the palms up towards the ceiling. We'll just straighten the arms any amount more. You're going to listen to your body, listen to your shoulders here. And then we're going to tip in towards the right. We'll just take a little lean over towards the right, any amount. And then we'll come back up through center. Going to lean towards the left. Steady down through your feet. Come back up through center. We'll flip the palms down. We're going to slowly just lower the arms down by the sides. And then from here, let's cross the left hand over to the right knee. We're going to sweep the right hand behind back to the chair. Take an inhale here to lift up through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, rotate right. We're going to think about reaching the right ribs back, the left ribs forwards. And then we'll slowly come back through center. And then we're going to bring one hand to either leg. We'll reset. Then we'll take the right hand over to the left knee and take the left hand behind. Take an inhale here, lift up through the crown of your head. And then exhale, think about reaching your left ribs back any amount. Left shoulder back. Maybe we gaze over the back shoulder. And then we're going to slowly unwind, come back through center. We can reset both hands on the legs here. And then with your next inhale, begin to just curl your chest forwards and up. Maybe we shift the gaze up. And then as we exhale, we're going to round, tuck the belly in, draw shoulders, blades apart, and then inhale to flow forwards. And exhale to round. So we've got our cat and cow here. Feel that shape in the spine, the movement as we go between our back bends. And then that rounding and just a little folding inward. Let's go one more cycle. Round. And then we're going to lift back up, finding just our tall spine. Then from here, let's come, so we're a little bit more towards the front edge of our seat, just so we can get a little bit more motion with the legs here. We're going to bring the arms down by the sides. We're going to take it's like the cross crawl. It's going to be a seated walk here. We're going to lift left arm up, right knee up, and lift left knee, right arm up. We'll go side to side. So we get a little bit of opposites here. A little march. You can work in your own body. The idea of maybe reaching the knee a little higher, maybe reaching the arm a little higher each time. But again, there's no right or wrong. There's no one way better than the other. It's just your best in the moment. Go side to side one more time. And then we'll just let the hands, the foot come down. And then from here, we can scoot back a little bit more on our chair again, just so we're a little bit more stable in the hips. And then from here, we're going to extend the right leg out, lowering the right heel down. We'll bend back into that right knee, and we're going to extend the left leg out. And we'll just go side to side. So this time we get a little stretch for the back of the leg. The more we kind of point the toes up, the more of a stretch we get. The more we straighten the leg. And we're just going to try to keep the spine entirely just upright. You want to bring a little awareness to your core here. We can think about just lightly tucking the belly button in. All right, we'll go side to side. One more time. And then from here, we'll plant the feet down. We're gonna slide even further back on the chair so we're even more supported and we can hold on to the sides of the chair. Now really think about your core here, engaging the belly button in, keeping the spine nice and long. And we're gonna lift the right leg up and reach out through the heel. Then we'll bend back into the right knee, we'll lift and engage out through that left heel. We're gonna go side to side. And then the key here is just only lifting up as high as you're comfortable, straightening any amount, and not changing anything in our spine. So sometimes we wanna kind of move the torso forwards and back or around. All right. The next time that we lift the right leg up, pause. Maybe we lift the left arm up and we'll just pause, lengthening up through the left fingertips, reaching out through the right heel. And then we'll set the foot down, set the hand down. This time we'll extend out through the left leg, lifting the left heel up. We can reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, keeping the spine nice and long. And then set everything down. And then from here, we'll take the feet a little bit wider. We might come a little bit more forwards onto the front of the chair so we have a little bit more freedom for the legs. And then we're gonna go side to side. Just a little windshield wiper. You can just kind of swivel, let the knees fall either direction. And then let's come to stillness. We'll bring the knees to point back up. We can bring the hands to the legs here. Let's bring the blocks down in front. And we can just take the feet a little bit wider than the hips. And then from here, hands to the legs, we're gonna create a nice tall spine. And then we're just gonna begin to hinge forwards. And we'll take the hands down to the blocks. We'll take the hands down to the blocks here. So we've got our feet just a little wider than the hips and the hands down. And then from here, we're gonna take a few rounds of cat and cow, just like this. So you can have the blocks on whatever height feels good. We can be a little bit higher up. We could be lower down. And then we're gonna think about cat and cow here. As we inhale, we're gonna drop the belly, lift the chest. Maybe we lift the gaze. And then as we exhale, we're gonna round and swoop in. And then inhale to flow the heart forwards, maybe lifting the gaze. Exhaling to round. Let's just go one more time. And then we'll just pause, finding a long spine, crown of the head just lengthening forwards. And then to come out of this, we'll take the hands back up to the legs so we can support ourselves as we rise back up. And then from here, we can move our blocks aside for the time being so we don't run into them. And then we're gonna start by, all right, so we're gonna take, I won't be mirroring you guys here. We're gonna open up the right hip, bringing that right knee to point out to the side. We're gonna kind of scoot along on our chair so that that right hip is supported. We're gonna hold on to the chair. And then we're gonna scoot the left thigh back so that the left knee is gonna point down and we're on the ball of that left foot. So that right thigh and butt cheek is kind of on the mat and we're in a lunge. So we've got our right knee forwards or left. Did I mix it up? But anyway, okay. So now the hand, we're gonna take the hand that's further away from the chair. We're gonna cross that over outside of the leg. We can take our hand that's on the chair, just reach that, hold on here, take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're just gonna rotate towards the chair. So reaching, let me just think about this. So we're reaching, turning in towards the chair, keeping the spine nice and long. And then we're gonna slowly unwind the twist. And then from here, we can bring that back leg forwards. We're gonna spin ourselves around on our chair. So we come back through center. This time we're gonna turn, opening that left hip. And then we're gonna drop the right knee down. And again, just take a moment to get yourself settled here so that Yeah, you guys are on the left. I got myself mixed up. So the left leg is forwards, the right knee is gonna point down, and I'm correct here, right? Yes, and the spine is nice and upright. And then we're gonna take the left hand or right hand over outside of that left knee. The back hand that's on the chair, we're just gonna begin to take an inhale, and as we exhale, we'll rotate, kind of think belly button towards the chair. Spinning the back ribs back, the front ribs forwards. And then we can slowly begin to unwind. We'll come back through center. We can swivel the hips, bring the feet back. And then from here, let's go really wide with the feet, as wide as you can. And we can come a little bit more towards the front edge of the chair again, so we just have a little bit more room to move our legs. And then from here, we're gonna let the toes turn out. We'll let the heels turn in, so we've got our goddess kind of legs. And then from here, we're gonna just straighten out into the left leg, coming onto the left heel. We'll keep the right knee bent. And then we're gonna take the right forearm to the thigh. We're gonna reach the left arm up, and then we can lean in towards that right side. So we're lengthening away from that extended leg. And then from here, we're gonna just take that left hand behind the head. We'll think about reaching the left elbow up towards the ceiling. And if we want to even rotate a little bit more, we might even kind of shift the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then we can shift the gaze back down. We'll extend that left arm back out. And then as you inhale, just rise yourself back up. We'll bend back into the left knee. We're gonna extend out through the right. We're just opening that left hip up any amount, and then we're gonna take the left forearm to the thigh. We're gonna reach the right arm up. We're gonna lean in towards that left side. It's a little like a side angle too, but not fully. And then from here, we'll take that right hand behind the head, and we're gonna rotate the right elbow up, right ribs up. Maybe we shift the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then we can shift the gaze back down, and we'll extend that right arm back out, and then slowly rise yourself up, and we can bend back into the right leg. We're gonna keep this shape just a little while longer. We're gonna take both hands to the thighs, and we'll take an inhale here to lift up through the crown of the head. We're gonna keep this length in the spine, and we're just gonna tip forwards, maybe just about 45 degrees. And then we'll slowly come back up. And we're just gonna flow this movement. So keeping the spine long, hinging right here at the hips, and just folding in maybe just 45 degrees. Inhaling to lift back up. Exhaling, we can tip. Back up. Let's just go one more time. And then we'll lift back up. And then from here, this general shape of the legs, we're keeping it for a moment longer. We're gonna drop the right shoulder down as we rotate. Take a little peek over the left shoulder. And then we'll come back up through center. We're gonna drop the left shoulder down as we rotate. Take a little peek over the right shoulder. You can go side to side just a few more times. You move at your own pace here. A little dip, twist. Come back up through center. And twist. And we'll go one more time, side to side. Coming back up through center, lining yourself up, crown of the head right over the pelvis. We're gonna heel toe the feet in about hips width distance apart, finding our seat. And then from here, we're gonna take some nice swirls. We're gonna reach right shoulder towards the right, sweep the chest in front, over towards the left, and around. So you can find as much movement as you like. Small circles, bigger circles. One more circle. Then pause, and we're going to take our circles the opposite way. And we'll go one more circle this way. And slow it down, come to stillness. Finding a tall spine, centering yourself back up. And then we'll bring the feet closer. And from here, we're gonna hop the right leg all the way over the left. So we kind of have the legs nice and close. These would be like our eagle legs, as close, the thighs wrapping in towards one another, that tall spine. And then we're just gonna hold on to the chair here. This is gonna be a little different. All we're gonna do is just lift up onto the left toes, set the left heel down. Any amount of movement. Maybe just one more time. And then we'll set that heel down. From here, we'll unwrap the legs. We're gonna switch it out. Left leg over the right. We're gonna wrap it nice and tight, keep the spine long. And then just holding on. All the movement is just lifting and lowering. Observing the sensation. Where you feel it the most, maybe. That's gonna depend on our bodies, where we're the loosest, where we're the tightest. And then we'll just let the heel settle. We'll unwrap the legs. And then from here, let's just lengthen both legs out. Maybe take a little wiggle of the legs. And then we can just bring the hands to the legs. We're gonna find that nice tall spine here and just pause, letting the legs, both legs, just lengthen out. But of course, you can have as much of a bend in the knees as you need. All right, and then from here, we'll bring the hands back down to the chair. We're gonna bend back into the knees. And then from here, let's steady down through both feet. Next inhale, we'll just keep the arms down. We're gonna rise ourselves up. So leaning forwards, coming all the way up. And then from here, we're just gonna take a little swish, go side to side. Just let the arms hang. And then we'll slow it down, come to stillness. And from here, we're gonna do our cross crawl like we did when we were seated, but we're gonna do it standing. So starting by placing our feet about hips width distance apart, maybe a little wider for a little bit more stability. And then we're gonna lift the right leg up. This time we're gonna just cross the left hand over to the right knee and we'll lower down. But we don't have to go, we can just go like this, right? You can keep your feet on the mat. We can go side to side. If you wanna work with your balance, we lift a little bit higher up. I mean, you're always gonna be working on it. If you wanna challenge more, if you are ready for that, if that's feeling good, we lift the foot up. Just move, Jerry. That's all right. So then remember, we can always just keep the feet down. We'll try to you can use that move that we just did, lifting up onto the toes, and see if you can reach your knee a little higher if we're keeping the foot grounded. And we're gonna go side to side. One more time. And then set it down. And then just let that go. It even helps sometimes if you just wanna imagine you're balling up whatever you wanna let go, and then just let your arms come down and just let it out. We're done with that. Now from here though, we're gonna build on a little bit. We're gonna steady down through the feet. We'll bring hands to heart center. And we're gonna do some little squats into our chair pose. We can have the feet hips width distance apart. We could even go a little bit wider. We know we have our chairs behind us, but we're not actually gonna land in them. We're just gonna begin to bend into the knees, to settle the hips down, almost as if we were gonna settle in our chairs. And then we're gonna reach back up, straightening into the legs. We're gonna do 3 or 4 of these, almost sitting down, straightening back up, almost sitting down, lifting back up. And let's try adding our arms here, maybe reaching the hands straight out from the shoulders. We're gonna sit like we're almost sitting in our chair, and then lift back up. Almost, and back up. We'll just do 1 more of these. And then we'll lift up and just let it go. And then from here, we're gonna come to the back side of our chairs. So we wanna make sure our chairs, I think everybody's are, they're on the mat so that they're not gonna slide. And we're gonna hold on to the backs of the chairs. We're gonna find our mountain pose. We're gonna do a little bit more for the feet and ankles. Our little move here, as we inhale, we'll lift up onto the toes. Exhale, sink the heels down. We're gonna lift the toes. Inhale, we'll rock onto the toes. Sink the heels down, lift the toes. Just a few more times. Maybe one more time. And then just let your feet land. Take a moment to feel your feet, feel the placement of your feet. Are feet about hips width distance apart, a little wider, or feet parallel? Where is the sensation in the feet? Is it a little bit more towards the toes, a little bit more towards the heels? And you see if you can balance it somewhere in between. Is it a little bit more towards the outer edges of the feet or inner edges of the feet? And you settle it somewhere right towards the middle so you feel all four corners of your feet even on the mat. We're really conscious of that placement. All right, now from here, hands are down on the mat, on the chair, and then we're gonna steady down through the left foot. Feel the awareness in that left foot. We're gonna lift up onto the right toes, and we're gonna step the right toes back for a lunge. Tapping the right toes down, bending into that left knee, and then we're gonna step the right foot forwards, set the right foot down. And we're gonna lighten up onto the left toes, step the left foot back, bending into that right knee, and step forwards. And we're gonna flow this lunge. So stepping back, bending into the front knee, stepping forwards, stepping left foot back. Each time you can try stepping the foot a little bit further back. It's just like a very long step. And then we're gonna go one more time. And then we're gonna step the right foot back. And this time we're gonna plant the right foot down. So we'll seal the right foot down. The key is you wanna have your toes kind of angled up towards the chair. We can always take our feet wider if we need a little bit more stability. And then we're bending into that front knee and we're straightening out through the back leg. Pressing back through that right thigh, keeping the chest as lifted as we can, belly button engaged in. And then we're gonna take it into a fold. We'll just straighten into that left leg and we're gonna hinge and tip at the hips, keeping the spine long. We can keep the hands to the top of the chair here, or you can bring your hands down to the bottom. And then we just gaze down. We're gonna keep the spine long, straighten into that left leg any amount. This is our pyramid pose. Steadying down through both feet. And then we'll walk the hands back up to the top of the chair. We're gonna bend back into that left knee. We can lift onto the right toes and we're gonna step it up. Planting that right foot down, take a moment to seal your right foot down. Step the left foot back. This time we're gonna plant the left foot down. We're gonna bend into the right knee, press back through the left thigh, keep the chest lifted, our warrior one. And just feel that shape in the legs, in the hips. And then from here, straightening into the right leg. We're gonna take an inhale. As we exhale, we'll hinge over the hips. Maybe we come 45 degrees, maybe we come about 90 degrees, depending. We might wanna bring the hands down to the chair. And then notice your neck here. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. We're just gonna shift the gaze down towards the chair. And then we'll take the hands back up to the top of the chair. Lift the torso, bend into the front knee, lift onto the ball of the back foot, step the back foot up. And then just give your legs a little wiggle here. And now we're gonna do our tree pose. So Listening to your body here. Remember, there's always options. There's anywhere along this continuum in a pose where we can land. So we're going to start with our right side. We'll steady down through the left foot. We're going to lift up onto the right toes. And we're going to open up the right hip. And let's start by kickstanding the foot to the ankle. So that right knee is going to point out towards the side any amount. The left hip's going to be forwards. And if we're feeling at all wobbly here, this is where we're going to stay. If you want to try lifting the foot a little higher, if you want a little bit more challenge, we can try bringing the foot to the calf. Keeping that strong left leg, keeping that tall spine. And then either option, if you want to challenge your balance a little more, you can try taking one or both hands off the chair. You might bring the hands to heart center. You can always bring the hands back down to the chair. Remember all the options. We're just picking one of them, whichever one feels right. Finding some degree of a little bit of challenge. And then we'll take the hands back down if we lifted. We're going to take the right knee forward, set the right foot down, give the legs a little wiggle. And then we'll steady down through the right foot this time. We're going to open up the left hip, bringing the left knee to point out towards the side. We can kickstand the foot. Remember, we can stay here. This is a great place to land. If you want to slide the foot up a little bit further, we could try the calf, just not right on the knee. Somewhere below the knee or above the knee. We're going to focus on the strong right leg here, the length in the spine. Maybe one or both hands can lift up. We could bring hands to heart center. You could grow branches. Just keep your gaze steady. Anytime you move, traveling slowly, keep your gaze steady on some point that's not moving. And then we take the hands back to the chair. We're going to slowly rotate left knee forwards, set the left foot down, give the legs a little wiggle. And then from here, let's take the feet wide, wider than the edges of the mat, as wide as we can go. And then like we did in the chair, we're going to find a goddess pose, turning the toes out, turning the heels in. We can hold on to the chair here. And then we're just going to bend into the knees. And we're going to settle the hips down any amount. Think like a wide, kind of the same as that chair, kind of a shape. We're going to keep the chest lifted. And we're going to steady down through the feet. Feel your feet here, feel your hips. And then we'll straighten into the legs. And we'll bend. And we'll make this a dynamic movement here. Straightening. Bending back down. Let's go one more time. And then we bend back into the knees. Now here, a little bit of challenge. Let's think how we're going to do this. We're going to keep hands to the chair here. Let's do this. Let's straighten back out into the legs. Planting the feet down, we're going to reach the right arm up. And then let's take a tip in towards the left side. And then we'll come back up. We can take the right hand to the chair. The left arm will sweep up. And then we're going to lean in towards the right side. And then slowly come back up. We can take that left hand back to the chair. We're going to turn the toes forwards. And then we can kind of wiggle in the feet. This is heel toeing, or you could step the feet in. Give your legs a little wiggle. And then from here, steady down through your left foot. Lift up onto the right toes. We're going to step the right foot back just a little bit. And then we're going to cross the right leg. Either it could come directly behind that left, or we're going to try to reach it to the outside of that left foot, landing the toes down if we can. So we can be anywhere from here to here to here. And then we'll keep that right leg long. See if you can keep your torso upright. So we get a little crisscross. And then we're going to uncross, bring the right leg back to the right side. We'll land that right foot down. We're going to lighten up onto the left toes. We can start by reaching the left toes back and then crossing that left leg behind the right. You can stay on the toes. And we're just gonna straighten out through that right leg, keep the spine long. And then we'll uncross, plant that left foot down. Now from here, feet hips width distance apart, hands to the chair. We're gonna begin to walk the feet back. Keep stepping your feet back until you've got your arms towards straight and we've got hips over the ankles. So this is our downward dog on the chair. So think an L shape in the body. We're lining up ankles under the hips. We're hinging right at the hips here, torso parallel with the mat. We're gazing right down towards the mat and we're just straightening the arms any amount. And think about the length back through your tailbone, that end point of the spine, lengthening back, crown of the head reaching forwards, just gazing down. And then from here, we'll slowly begin to walk the feet forwards again, coming back to upright. And then let's steady down through both feet. We're going to release the arms down by the sides. Take an inhale, reach your arms around and up. And then as we exhale, let's rotate right. Think belly, ribs, and chest, and we're going to open the arms wide. So spreading the arms out to a T, steady down through both feet. Take an inhale, come back through center. We'll reach up. And then as we exhale, we're going to rotate left, belly, ribs, and chest, opening the arms out to a T. And then we'll come back through center. Let's flow that movement. As we exhale, we'll twist, opening. Inhale back up through center. Exhale to rotate. One more time, either side. Just staying present in the movement, in the sensation. Coming back up through center, reaching up, exhaling the arms down. And then let's come back to our chairs. We'll grab a seat again. Finding a tall spine. Planting the feet. Mindfully setting ourselves up. And then from here, right foot's gonna stay down. We're gonna lighten up the left foot. We're gonna lift the left foot up. We're gonna hook the left ankle over the right knee. This time we're going for our figure four. So just the ankle hooking over, we're gonna allow that left hip to settle down, to soften any amount. Make sure that your right knee feels okay. We can always adjust the angle a little bit here. And if it makes it feel better to kind of flex into that left foot, flex. And then you just keep the spine long, lifted to start. And then from here, if it feels okay, we're gonna just tip in. Think about that angle at the hips. We're just hinging over the hips, lengthening forwards, folding in maybe just about 45 degrees or less or more. But then as we inhale, we'll lift back up. And then we'll do that 2 more times. Just hinging, leaning forwards. Up. 1 more time. To sit. And then just because it's nice here, if you want to give yourself like a little foot massage, I think we did that before, but at this time of year, it's gonna be a really nice thing. Just massaging your arch, maybe the balls of the feet, the tops of the feet, the toes. Just come to stillness. And we're going to slowly unhook that left ankle, set the left foot down, lift the right foot up. We're going to hook the right ankle. You can always help that right leg up. And then think about drawing that outer right hip down and under, allowing that hip to soften open. Bring the tall spine. And then we'll take that flowing movement, keeping the spine long, just hinging forward any amount. Could be a millimeter that we move or more. We come back up. We'll just do that again 2 more times. Hinge, see how the sensation changes. Back up. Hinge. Maybe just pause and settle here. It's a nice way to kind of last a little bit longer in the pose. You can think about the sensation in the feet as you just give yourself a little massage. And this is a great time, a great season of the year for self-care, these little nurturing behaviors. Give yourself a little love. And then we'll come to stillness. And from here, we're just going to gently set that left foot down. Maybe we come a little bit more to the front edge of the chair. We take a little windshield wiper. And then come to stillness. And we'll heel toe the feet back in. And then from here, let's take the left hand over to that right knee. We're going to do a little repeat here. We'll take the right hand to the chair behind. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just twist any amount. Maybe we make this a little bit different. We can take that left arm and just reach the left arm alongside the ear. And then we'll take the left hand back down. From here, we're going to unwind, coming back through center. We'll reset the hands. Then the right hand will cross over outside of the left. We'll sweep the left hand behind. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just rotate any amount. And then for something a little different, we can take that right hand, reach the right arm up alongside the ear, lengthening up that right side, reaching straight up. And then we'll take the right hand back down. We're going to unwind the twist through center, resetting the hands. Now, one more thing here. We're going to take the hands back behind us, interlacing the fingers. And then from here, we're going to keep the elbows loose. We're just going to slide both hands over around the outside of that right hip. Any amount. It doesn't have to come all the way around. We're just going to take the hands to the side, let the shoulders soften. And then you get a little stretch for that left shoulder. And then if it feels good, what we might do is just drop that right ear down towards the right shoulder and just pause. And then we can come back through center. We're going to slide the hands across the low back over to the opposite side. And just see how this feels first in your shoulders. Let your shoulders be soft. We get a little extra stretch for that right shoulder. And then from here, maybe we drop the opposite shoulder, the opposite ear towards the shoulder. Sorry, I think I did it. I don't know what I said last time, but we're dropping the left ear towards the left shoulder. Come back up through center. We'll slide the hands down to the low back. And then from here, let's just take the hands down to the chair. And we are ready to take our Shavasana. Maybe one more time. Let's just do one more thing. We'll plant the feet. We're going to inhale to reach the arms around and up. And then as we exhale, let's fold in. Hands can come down to blocks here. Maybe we take blocks outside of the legs. Sorry, I didn't cue that. Very good. They could be on the tall setting or medium setting, and we'll fold in. And then take an inhale and find a halfway lift with your spine. Think about lengthening the spine, reaching crown of the head forwards. And then let's soften back in. Next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms around and up, reach up. And then let's bring the palms to touch, lower the hands down through heart center. And then take the hands down to the left. And now we are ready for Shavasana. Maybe today, maybe we go palms up, just letting the backs of the hands rest on the legs. Make sure you are comfortably seated on your chair. If you want to scoot back, that's going to be a little bit more supported. We can even rest the back right up against the backrest of the chair. So we have a little support there, and then long spine. Maybe you close your eyes, or you can just soften your eyes, just allowing the eyes to rest. We're going to just settle in here, growing still, allowing all of the muscles that were just worked to begin to release, to loosen up, to let go. And before we settle completely, let's take 3 cleansing breaths here. Inhaling in through the nose, and then open your mouth and sigh it out. Each time releasing a little bit more as we inhale in, and then exhale out, let it go. Last one, inhaling in. On the exhale, let everything go. Few minutes, just allow your mind to be still. Allow your body to be still. Don't ask anything else other than just be right here in this moment. Being rather than doing anything, just being. The quote that I wanted to share with you guys today is from Alan Watts. This is: the meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple, and yet everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. Just begin to bring your awareness back into your bodies, maybe wiggling fingers and toes. Eventually just kind of circling out the wrists. A little windshield wiper movements if that feels good. Let's come this way. And in this quiet space here, I just want to do one more thing with you guys. We're going to learn a different type of breath work today. This is called the bumblebee breath, and it's a great way for turning the focus inward and calming down the mind, letting go of any outside distractions. So especially if your mind is really busy, this is a great tool. And how we're going to do this, basically, I will show you guys first because you'll need to listen. But we're going to take the thumbs, and the thumbs are going to go on this like little pad inside the ear and just kind of gently fold that pad inside. And then the easiest way is to just take the index finger and the middle finger, and just gently place those over the eyes. So we've got the pad of the thumbs over the ears, blocking the ears, and then we've got the fingers kind of gently coming over the eyes. Okay, and then the last thing that we're going to do, we're going to take the hands away for a second. The actual breath work itself is that we inhale in through the nose, and then we're just going to hum from the back of the throat as we exhale out. So it goes. And you exhale out for as long as you can. And then we just inhale in again, and then exhale out humming. You can create different pitches and different sounds with the humming. Well, let's put it all together. So thumbs over the ears, fingers over the eyes, and then we're gonna take in an inhale and an exhale. And then the next inhale in, filling up, and as you exhale out, the hum. And just keep it going. We'll do a few more rounds. Two more rounds. Just let it go. Just bring your hand to your lap, maybe keeping your eyes closed. Just observe. Here. See. You change, maybe sensations. And then we're going to close out the class here. Next, inhale, reaching the arms around and up, bringing palms to touch. Exhaling the hands down through heart center. We'll pause here. If you'd like to join me in the sacred sound of Om, that is always just an option. It's just another vibration that we can feel, that we can sense in the body and carry through us. So if you'd like to participate, we're going to inhale together here. As you exhale, Om. Next inhale, just gently lifting the chest. As you exhale, bowing forward. Thank you all for sharing in this practice with me. Namaste.